This is my first impressions and review of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Part 1. I'm here in London and I didn't know what to expect. I've read the books through multiple times. I watched the movies multiple times. Didn't know what to expect with this play. Now the place to see it is London. That's why I'm here. I could have seen it in the US. But if you want the original, where it came from, you gotta see it in London. And I also heard the ones in the US and other places are abridged. So this one, part 1, is 2.5 hours, and so is part 2. I'm currently, I bought tickets to both, but I'm in that intermission period between part 1 and 2. So let me just give you my review on part 1. So I actually really liked it. I thought I wouldn't. I'm not a huge fan of musicals. I thought it'd be too boring, but it actually kept me pretty engaged. I also heard things, I didn't know much about it, but I heard things where people complain that it's not like the books. It's just about how Harry's a dad now and trying to be a good father, and it loses its charm because it's no longer about this wizarding world. It's about a dad and his parenting skills. I really didn't find that to be the whole theme of the story. Yes, it was a part of the plot, but there was a lot more going on. There's plenty of wizarding stuff going on and tons of wizarding world stuff. Time turners, spells, a little duel happening. Without spoiling it, there's plenty of magic, and it's definitely in the world. You're in Hogwarts a lot. You're in the Ministry of Magic. You're all over the place. So I really felt it was actually quite enjoyable the whole time. Also, there was a ton of, I guess you could call it, optical illusions that look like magic. Now, many years ago, my friend, who's also my coworker, and an even bigger Harry Potter fan than me, she drove all the way to New York City to see this play, and she did the worst job ever in describing it. I asked her about it, asked how she went, and some people are just not very descriptive with their words. So all she said was it was great, and there was a lot of magic that looked like real magic, and it's too hard for me to describe. That was it. I think she severely undersold it, and there was not a lot of detail. But throughout this part 1, I saw plenty of these optical illusions that looked like magic, and it was like, wow. So what did that include? Well, there's a few examples of where they were basically doing small things, like they would throw like a bed sheets over the bed, and then like Harry and Ginny would appear there and just wake up from their, Harry's nightmare. There's also all sorts of random stuff, like when they transfigured, when, I'm not gonna spoil who, but let's just say 3 people took Polyjuice Potion and transfigured and turned into someone else. It literally happened under the same cloak. So one actor disappeared under the cloak, another came out in a very smooth way. And there's tons and tons of stuff like that where, there's even this, without spoiling too much, there's this whole exchange with a bookcase where they go in under the bookcase, they get sucked in, they get sucked out, pushed out, and then boom and boom, boom, the transfiguration of the Polyjuice Potion goes away. So there's tons and tons of these optical illusions that look like real magic in a way, but it's really magic tricks in the real world. But really enjoyed it. Quite fascinating. It kept me engaged. You do get a 20-minute intermission halfway through, so it's really broken up into like 1 hour and 15-minute chunks, and it's really quite good. I wish I could spoil a bit more. You know what the heck, I'll do a little bit more of a spoiler. Hopefully you don't mind. There's a bit of time travel. There's a lot of time travel in here, which I found to be pretty cool. They operate with this linear model of time where if you change the past, it ripples through to the future. A very common movie plot point. But super pumped to be here in London. And I'm literally filming this a few days after my birthday, so happy birthday to me. I am very excited. Also, if you can get affordable tickets with last minute availability, and if you're willing to buy them on the weekdays, you can even get them at a great discount. Unfortunately, I won't be here on a weekday, but this Tuesday, the prices for each ticket dropped down to as little as 14 euros each if you don't mind sitting in the balcony. I wish I was here long enough to catch that, but I am not. So there you go. And then if you buy parts 1 and 2 at the same time on the website, you will get a good discount. I got my tickets for 30 euros, but if I just bought part 1, it would have been 25 euros. So go figure. Or pounds. I don't know if it's euros or pounds. Pounds. But honestly, I'm very much looking forward to part 2. I really did quite enjoy it. I thought it wouldn't. I usually kind of get bored in musicals or plays. There was a musical score. They did do some short dance numbers, but they were more like for dramatic effect. They didn't stay for too long. Just to kind of transition from one scene to the other. I thought it was very well done. The musical score is amazing. A+.